Sometimes it's not the words he says. It's the way he looks at you when you're not watching. The way he remembers the little things you thought he forgot. When a man is emotionally attached, he doesn't need to tell you. You'll feel it in the quiet moments, in the pauses, in the way he shows up. Here are 7 psychology-backed signs he's deeply attached to you, even if he's trying to hide it. 1. He prioritizes you without realizing it. When a man is emotionally attached, you don't have to beg for his time. He starts giving it to you without even noticing he's doing it. You'll see it in the little things. He'll cancel a night out with friends just to check in on you. He'll stay up late to listen to you talk about your day, even when he's exhausted. And somehow, no matter how busy life gets, he always finds a way to be there when you need him. This isn't about being overly available or clingy. It's deeper, it's about emotional priority. You've become someone whose happiness matters to him, and that matters more than sleep schedules or convenience. Psychologists say that when someone starts making consistent sacrifices for another person, especially without being asked, it's a subconscious sign of emotional bonding. It's his heart speaking louder than his routine. He might not say you're important to me, but his actions whisper it every day in the way he listens, in the way he shows up, in the way he chooses you again and again, even in silence. That's not interest, that's emotional connection. And when a man reaches that point, he's no longer just part of your story. He's quietly building a place for you in his too. He opens up about his emotions. For most men, emotions are a private language. One they rarely speak out loud. They're taught to stay strong, to keep their feelings hidden behind calm faces and short answers. But when a man begins to open up to you, truly open up, it's not by accident. It's a sign that his emotional walls are slowly coming down. He starts sharing things he doesn't tell anyone else. His fears, his regrets, his memories. He tells you about the time he failed or the person who hurt him. He lets you see the parts of him he once protected. And he doesn't do this because he wants sympathy. He does it because he trusts you. In psychology, this is called emotional vulnerability. And it's one of the strongest indicators of genuine attachment. Because men only reveal what they feel safe to share. They only go deep when their heart feels understood. So when he looks at you, pauses for a moment, and then says something he's never said to anyone before. Understand what's happening? That's not just conversation. That's emotional surrender. He's allowing you into the most fragile parts of his mind. And that only happens when a man's heart begins to bond with yours. Words become his way of saying, I trust you with who I really am. 3. Your mood affects his mood. When a man is deeply attached to you, your emotions become part of his emotional world. He might not say it out loud, but he feels what you feel, almost like a reflection. If you're sad, you'll notice his energy shift. He becomes quieter, more protective, almost as if he's carrying part of your sadness inside him. When you're happy, his face softens. Your laughter becomes his favorite sound, and your peace becomes his comfort. This isn't coincidence, it's emotional resonance. Psychology explains it as a mirror effect. That happens when two people are emotionally bonded. His mind starts syncing with yours. On a subconscious level, he begins to read your tone, sense your moods, and adjust his own behavior to match your feelings. You might think he's just being kind, but this goes deeper than empathy. It's connection. He's no longer separate from your emotional rhythm. He's tuned into it. That's why he gets restless when you're distant, or why he suddenly messages you when you've had a hard day, even if you never said a word. Because somewhere without even realizing it, he's emotionally linked to you. Your joy lifts him, your silence worries him. Your pain touches him in ways he can't explain. And when that happens, it's no longer just attraction. It's emotional attachment at its purest form. 4, he remembers small details about you. When a man is emotionally attached, his memory becomes selective, but only for you. He remembers things you don't even recall saying. The way you take your coffee, the song you hum when you're lost in thought, the story about your childhood dog that still makes you smile. He collects these tiny details like treasures because in his mind, they're fragments of who you are. And when someone matters deeply, their details do too. Psychologists say this kind of memory recall isn't random. It's emotional imprinting. When we feel emotionally bonded, our brain becomes more alert to anything connected to that person. It's the mind's way of saying, this person is important, pay attention. So when he brings up something small, a random quote you said weeks ago, or the color you once mentioned, loving, don't dismiss it. It's not just thoughtfulness. It's attachment. He's storing pieces of you in his memory, because remembering you feels good to him. It gives him comfort, like replaying his favorite song. And that's what makes it powerful. When a man remembers your smallest details, he's not just listening, he's feeling you. It means your presence has moved from his mind to his heart. And that's where emotional connection quietly becomes love. 5. He wants you to meet his inner circle. When a man is truly emotionally attached, he stops keeping you at the edges of his world. Instead, he begins to bring you closer, into the spaces that mean the most to him. He starts talking about you to his friends. He introduces you to his family, his co-workers, or that one friend he trusts the most. And when he does, it's not just a casual gesture. It's a silent statement. You matter to me enough to be part of my life. Men are protective of their inner circle. They don't blend relationships with personal spaces, unless they see something real, something that feels stable and emotionally safe. Psychology calls this social integration. When someone starts merging their romantic connection with their social identity, it's a powerful sign of attachment and trust. He's no longer trying to impress you. He's trying to include you. He wants the people he loves to see, the person who makes him feel grounded, because your presence validates his emotional growth. And when his friends or family already know about you, before you even meet them, that's an even stronger sign. It means he talks about you when you're not around. You've become a part of his everyday thoughts and his future plans. When a man starts blending his world with yours, he's no longer dating, he's emotionally investing. 6. He gets quiet when you pull away. When a man is emotionally attached, distance doesn't make him angry. It makes him quiet. He doesn't fight you for attention. He doesn't beg or chase. Instead, he retreats into silence. Because he's trying to understand what changed. That quietness isn't coldness. It's confusion mixed with care. He's not ignoring you. He's protecting himself from the fear of losing you. Deep down, he's replaying moments in his head, wondering if he did something wrong, trying to find a reason for the sudden space he feels. Psychologists say that when someone becomes emotionally dependent, Their brain begins to associate that person with safety. So when emotional distance appears, it feels like losing stability. That's why silence becomes his defense. He's processing feelings he can't easily express. He might check your social media quietly, notice your online times, or ask subtle questions to mutual friends. He doesn't want to seem desperate, but his heart is searching for reassurance, for signs that you still care. If you've ever noticed a man withdraw when you pull away, don't mistake it for indifference. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words. It's the sound of someone who's afraid of losing their emotional anchor. Because when a man is truly attached, your absence doesn't just leave space. It leaves echoes 7. He feels at home around you. When a man is deeply emotionally attached, something beautiful begins to happen. He stops trying to impress you and starts trying to be himself. Around you, he's calm. His voice softens, his guard fades. He doesn't feel the need to prove his worth or hide his flaws. He laughs more easily, speaks more openly, and breathes a little deeper, because in your presence, he feels safe. That's what emotional attachment really is. A sense of home. Not a place, not a promise, but a feeling of comfort that says, I can be who I am, and it's enough. Psychology describes this as emotional security, a state where a person's nervous system relaxes. Around someone they trust, it means he no longer fears judgment or rejection, because he knows he's accepted. You'll notice it in simple moments, when he lets you see his quiet side, when he's okay sitting in silence with you, when being near you feels like peace instead of pressure. And that's the deepest sign of all. When a man feels at home with you, his love becomes gentle, steady, and real. He no longer seeks excitement. He seeks presence. Because to him, you're no longer just someone he loves. You've become the place his heart belongs. When a man is emotionally attached, it's not about how often he says, I love you. It's about how deeply he shows it. Through presence, through patience, through quiet care. You'll see it in his actions, in the way he listens when no one else does, in how he remembers the smallest parts of you, and how your emotions start to shape his own. Emotional attachment isn't built overnight. It grows slowly in trust, in comfort, in consistency. And when it's real, it doesn't need to be forced or chased. It simply feels right. So if you recognize these signs, don't doubt what you see. You're not just someone he likes. You're someone his heart feels safe with. And that's rare, because for a man to truly open up emotionally, he has to see something special. Something that feels like home. Something that feels like you. When a man is emotionally attached, it's not about how often he says, I love you. It's about how deeply he shows it. Through presence, through patience, through quiet care. You'll see it in his actions, in the way he listens when no one else does, in how he remembers the smallest parts of you, and how your emotions start to shape his own. Emotional attachment isn't built overnight. It grows slowly in trust, in comfort, in consistency. And when it's real, it doesn't need to be forced or chased. It simply feels right. So if you recognize these signs, don't doubt what you see. You're not just someone he likes. You're someone his heart feels safe with. And that's rare. Because for a man to truly open up emotionally, he has to see something special. Something that feels like home. something that feels like